AmandaLand.
Black around the world, black around the world. Black around the world, black around the world, black around the world. So we international. Passport.
Hey. Yeah. I saw the shoulders.
I love it.
Kim Hassan, how are you? Is it Hassan?
I am doing Hassan. Thank you.
Okay, Hassan, how are you in Costa Rica?
I am doing. You got to roll that R, girl.
Yes.
Trill it a little bit more, but yes, I am blessed.
Can we turn the camera just a little to get you sent? There it is. There it is.
Really?
I love the yellow. I love the teak in the back. I love it all. So we are here, you all, for another segment of Black Around the World. And we have Kim Hassan with us, who is the owner of Mecca in Costa Rica. And first of all, I always have to give people a little bit of a geography lesson. Okay, so let's get some context around where Costa Rica is. So for everyone who doesn't know, Costa Rica is in Central America. It is between Nicaragua and Panama, and it is on the isthmus, which is when there's water on two sides, right? So we have an island is water all the way around. We have a isthmus is water on two sides, and then what's water on three sides, y'all? Anybody? What's water on three sides? Peninsula. Yes, I like to ask them like it's a class. A peninsula. So, Costa Rica is also very beachy because it's on both sides, but it's also very green. Kim, when I was driving in Costa Rica, at one point, I kind of like, my aunt was driving, but I kind of started to feel claustrophobic because it was like green above me, green below me, green to the left of me, green to the side of me. It was just like green everywhere. And I was like, if we don't get out this jungle soon, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then we got out. So what side of Costa Rica do you live on? The Pacific?
I live on the Caribbean side, which is in the province of Limon, in large part because I'm going to be honest, that's where most of the Black people live. And until 1949, they were required to live in the Limon province.
Is that right? They were required to live in the
There are other words. Yes, segregated, but yes, required. Yes.
Now, was that when Spain was running things?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
They had their independence a while ago. That was just internal Costa Rican dynamics.
Internal Costa Rican dynamics. So what made you decide, you know what, let me get up out of these states and get on down to Costa Rica?
Truth be told, I quit my job October 2021 because they pissed me off. You have to just get to that point. You're like, what the hell with this? I quit. I have enough money. I got real estate. I don't have kids, knock on wood. So
wait,
how much money
stop.
do
Who is that behind you?
Billy D and Sadie Mae. That's Billy D. Look like
I
it's
can't
daddy,
even see them because hold on. I have to move your banner because I have to see them. We have to see the dogs. Billy D. Hello, Billy D. How is Billy D? And there's Sadie Mae.
Sadie's
hey,
right
Billy
there.
D and Sadie Mae, what y'all doing today? Well, you know, my cat just passed away, and my cat's name was Lando Catrissian. It was Lando Catrissian, and Lando, if you know, was played by Billy D. Williams. So
that is his nickname, Lando, as well as Colt 45.
Every time. So the job pissed you off. You don't got no kids, and you said, "I'm out of here."
So yeah, I'm like, you know what? I've never had a really extensive vacation, so I took a sabbatical to Bocas del Toro, Panama, which is an archipelago, another geographic term for you, which is an array of islands.
Mm-hmm.
And on this one island, it was an Afro-Jamaican island called Bastentos. No roads, no cars. So I walked through the jungle every day, or I took a boat everywhere. It's like summer adult camp, and it really simplified stuff. And I really realized the only thing I really need is good Wi-Fi.
That sounds like something I want to do.
You should do it. And it's only about 2 hours from where I am now, probably less than that. So I got here because one weekend a friend said, "Hey, Kim, let's go to Puerto." I said, "No." She said, "Let's go anyway." I'm like, "Fine." We came. I'm like, this place is nice. It's paradise. It's hard to describe. You have to experience it. It was lovely. So I came back the following weekend and I bought this place. Again, none of this was unplanned. I'm just making this up as I go. His will.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, what was it that you feel was driving you at this point? Because, like, when you make these types of decisions, if something is pulling you forward.
I think it was the notion that I did not want to go back and find another corporate legal job. I think it was complete burnout. I'm like, how much do I need? And I realized, why wait till I'm 65 to enjoy the life that I want now? So I used the money from my prior life to finance my new life.
That's literally what I'm doing right now. That's literally what I'm doing right now. I'm using the money from my prior life to finance my good life, my new life, which is a good life in that it doesn't center money.
Right.
What did you do previously? What was your career for most of your life?
I was a attorney for over 20 years, mainly working for energy companies.
That'll drain you.
Who you telling? I purposely did not choose other areas of law like family law or even criminal law because I didn't want to take that work home with me. And truth be told, if I wanted to care, I'd be a social worker.
Got it. But then you end up working for the devils.
The devil pays well, but yeah, you got to get out. It's called the golden handcuffs because they keep paying you, gaslighting you, especially in corporate America, the way they gaslight Black women. But that's a whole nother story. I'm like, you know
We
what?
got
I'm
time for
getting
that
caught up
story.
in there.
We got time for that
Feed
story.
my ego. I'm believing this stuff. I'm like, oh, you my ally. You my ally. No, you're not. You get me to be the mouthpiece to do the shit that you can't do or don't want to do.
Are y'all listening? Look at Kim's face.
Yeah, I wasn't playing. Yeah, no, I was embarrassed in myself. I'm like, damn, I got caught up and I thought I was better than this.
Damn.
They got me.
What was the moment when you feel like you got that clarity? Because I don't know that clarity would happen while you're there, but tell me.
No, you're completely right. You have to get away from all the noise and just the external factors. So I was sitting on a porch in Bocas del Toro in Panama. Some monkeys were flying on a tree. Some kids were playing. I'm like, this is peace. I really found out what peace was and serenity. Because even while you do have vacations in America, you're always rushing. You're always checking your email. You're not completely out of it. I was completely out. So I could really just focus and listen. It was quiet. I could listen to myself and my thoughts.
And then when did it hit you? Hold up. I got played.
When I start reflecting, I'm like, she said this. This bitch is full of shit. Again, you just go back through your experiences. I'm like, and I really was just so mad at myself. Believe in the stuff that they tell you. And all these corporate buzzwords, they sending you all these trainings, these leadership, organizations building you up. It's bullshit. They just keep you in that train, chugging along in that corporate world. Work, 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 work. And people actually brag, oh, I've never taken a vacation. I've never taken a sick leave. That is crazy talk. And now that where I live now, because with the hotel, most of my guests are Europeans and Germans. They're in this country for like 30 days.
Yes.
Right. They vacation. And I'm like, I was shortchanging myself.
How have you forgiven yourself?
I allow myself a lot of downtime because before I had a to-do list every day of the week and I can account for every hour of the day. I stopped. This is all I'm doing for the rest of the day. I'm exhausted already. I'll probably walk to the beach.
I'm exhausted already.
It's 9:30, girl. Yes. I do as much or as little as I want in a day. And I've gotten over that guilt because in America, you feel guilty for just laying and enjoying life and not doing anything. It's okay to just lay and be.
So you then decided to start Mecca.
Yes.
So can we talk about Mecca, which is your space in Costa Rica?
Yes. So initially, I intended to buy a space and I would rent it out, and it could be like my vacation home. So it
was going to be like you go back to the States, but like you'll get income from this in the meantime, in between time. That was the original plan.
Exactly. And so what I said was I would give myself 3 months to interview and find a job. And if I don't find one, then I'll just pivot and I'll just live here. Truth be told, I self-sabotaged every interview that I had. I was rich.
Got it.
So I bought this place, let's see, May 2022. I left my mother down here because I had to go back to DC to sell everything. And again, I'm ashamed of how much shit that I acquired in my life. And half of it was still in Amazon boxes. I haven't even opened yet. So mama stayed down here. She met a lot of people. She met a whole bunch of friends and enemies, truth be told. So she gave me a nice foundation. I came back. I started building. So I built first a casita. I built a pool, a 2-bedroom casa. Renovated the 3 rooms upstairs to add bathrooms. And I just opened. Well, not just opened, but I opened 2 years ago.
And how's it going?
Girl, I have no complaints. I don't want to get into the money, but it's all right. I don't want to tax man in my business now.
It's all right.
Yeah.
What has been positive surprise and negative surprise in living in Costa Rica?
The positive surprise, it was seamless in terms of just my transition.
Okay.
It was not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I did not speak Spanish prior to moving here, but aprendo todos los días. I'm learning all the time.
All the
Out of
time.
necessity, you don't realize how strong you are. And I will say it, Black women, what can't we do? All we have to do is we have to have a plan, and we have the means to execute that plan. So yeah, the people here are beautiful. They allow you to immerse in the culture. Also, there's a very strong expat community here, in particular, a lot of Black expats. So there are enough of us I can pick and choose who I want to hang out with. And we have lots of social events all the time. I'm always having dinner parties. And August is month of the Negro. So everybody in town, I don't care what color they are, even the children, the parents, everybody's wearing dashiki. It's beautiful.
What?
Yes, and the parades are gorgeous.
They went from segregation to month of the Negro and everybody wearing dashikis. All right now. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. And so what was a negative surprise?
The negative surprise is it goes back to being an American consumer. It's not easy to source a lot of materials here, so it makes you be creative. For example, they don't have a lot of furniture stores here, and the furniture that they do have, I didn't necessarily like the quality. So what I do is I have my people build all my furniture. So behind me, that's a big old headboard.
Right.
So all my furniture I have built. So it allows you to be creative when you don't have all these stores and Amazon at your finger.
Got it. Now we got some questions from the people.
Sure.
Reese is in London. He asks, Miss Hassan, how was navigating the pandemic period in Costa Rica? Were there much restrictions?
No. And by the time I had moved, the restrictions had started to be lifted for the most part. So it was, again, not that difficult at all.
And Sandy Parker asked, Miss Hassan, would you mind sharing what the startup costs were?
Sure, I'll tell all the business. So I bought this for $157,000. I had to buy it because that's a 6-minute walk to the beach, right? So it's 775 square meters.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
You heard me, girl. 157,000. I built this 2-bedroom casita for 25,000. I built the 1-bedroom for 9,000. Look at your face. I also just bought another 1.5 acres because I'm about to build a family commune, a compound. I was going to start a cult, but that's too much paperwork.
It's too much paper.
It is.
Not I was going to start a cult, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. All right. Now, is it difficult to find construction, like contractors?
No, that's the thing. This industry here, they're doing nothing but building. So the number one industry right now in this part is tourism, but number 2 is construction. So everybody knows somebody who does construction. My neighbor across the street, I used him quite a bit. I fired him because he didn't show up a couple times. I'm like, all you got to do is roll your drunk ass across the street. But still, he's still my friend because this is a fishing village. You can't burn bridges. He's still my friend. I speak to him. And I still use him for other things, though. But you source. Everything here is about recommendation and references. So And prior to being here in America, I did a lot of renovations because I had a lot of homes. So
Got
I
it. So
enjoyed the
you already
process.
had the knowledge when you got there.
Yes.
How do you get to where you are? Because I know that was the tough thing for us in Costa Rica when my mom and I went, that the traversing the landscape, it's like nothing is really like close per se. So how do you get to Mecca?
Great question. And I tell people in advance, there are no direct flights to paradise. So you have to fly into San Jose, and you can either take a very small plane to Limon, which is about 45 minutes from Puerto Viejo, or you can again fly into San Jose and either take a shuttle, a bus, or drive, which is about 4.5 hours.
Got it.
And another reason that we're sort of not as popular or known is because we're not the closest beach to San Jose. And most Americans and Canadians fly into San Jose, so they go to the Pacific side.
Yes, I do believe I went to the Caribbean side. I can't remember where. There was a rainforest park. Like the beach was in a rainforest and it was like in a protected park, and you had to like pay $1 for them to take you on a boat over the water to go over there. And all I did was eat avocado for several days. And I just remember my mom and I and my aunt, we were in like our room, we shared a room, and we heard this sound. And my mom was like, and like jumped in bed with me, and she was like, "What is that? What is that?" And we were terrified the whole night because it really felt like we're in Jurassic Park. And then the next morning they were like, "That's a frog."
How about you just brought that up? We also have that same noise, but they're howler monkeys. And
Yes.
when they were producing Jurassic Park, they actually took the sound of the howler monkeys to put in the movie. Fun
See?
fact.
Yeah, Howler Monkeys is like, if you don't visibly see them making the sound, you would
Right.
feel like, oh, I'm about to die, like right now.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Hassan, this is from OSPC. Had you visited Costa Rica prior to making the move, how did you know what area you wanted to reside in? So did you know that Limon had this particular history before you went there?
No, but I knew that I wanted to be on the Caribbean side because, for the most part, that's honestly where most of the Black people live in Central America. And it's also where a lot of the British settled. So I knew there was some English speaking. So, no, I had not visited Costa Rica prior to. Again, it just feels comfortable here. And again, you cannot describe it. You just got to come and feel this vibe. So, we have a lot of young Black healers here, hippies too, but don't get me started on
Mm.
that.
Yeah, I mean, we did an episode of my podcast with a young lady, Naylee by nature, and she talked about going to Costa Rica and meeting a lot of white folks who she felt like were colonizing spirituality.
Ayahuasca ceremonies in particular, yes, ma'am, they sure are, and monetizing it.
Yes. Um, how do you balance being a Black American in Costa Rica without being a gentrifier?
That is a great, great question. And that G word is popping up left and right in this community because the local people, they're called Ticas or Ticos, are feeling displaced because, especially after COVID, a lot of digital nomads and others have come in and the rents have gone through the roof. So now they can't live in the city proper. They have to move further out. So, to answer your question, how do I try to balance that? I source all of my labor. All of my workers are all local Ticas, and I pay them above price, and
Nice.
I'm making sure I pay my taxes.
Making sure do you pay taxes in the States still?
Stop asking me questions.
Next question. Miss Hassan, would you ever move back to the US, or is this truly a permanent move?
Great question, and no, I have no intention of going back. I
Why?
travel throughout Central America, South America. What the world is too big. And once you've left America for an extensive period of time, you realize there is so much to this world besides America. And even I think about America, it depresses me. I'm not gonna lie. I was just I'm not gonna lie, I was an angry Black woman in America. I used to go off every day. I had edible
Mm.
arrangements on speed dial because I was always pissing somebody off. And I did it on purpose a lot of the time because I was transferring aggression from me to them. I'm gonna take this angry monkey off my back and I'm gonna put
Mm-hmm.
it on yours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is there any awareness in Costa Rica of what is happening in the United States and how it's changing? Like, do you feel it trickling down to conversations that take place around you, or do you feel isolated or protected? I should say that's a better state.
Thank you. Protected, because truth be told, even if you try to engage some people about these conversations about America, they cut you off. They're like, "This is not why I'm here. We came for peace," and it's even thinking about it is stressful. And we don't do stress here. I don't, in particular. So no.
Can you tell us more about the family compound that you're envisioning, that you're making?
Yes. It is bounded by a creek, and a river. And I intend to build first, starting probably this week, a 2-bedroom. And I went to Nicaragua and I fell in love with courtyards. So I want to have a huge courtyard in the middle, probably with a pool and a seating area. And from there, we can expand. My mother wants to build her house. I told her she's going to build it on that way, way on the other side, yelling distance from me. And my brother wants to build, my sister as well. So I'm like, come on, I'm here and I will facilitate the building process.
So this is a family compound for your family.
Yes.
Fabulous. And now how do they feel about you leaving the States?
They love it. My brother and sister were here last week. They just left. And my mother is here 8 to 9 months out of the year. Right. Yeah.
Well, we here at Views from AmandaLand are continuously trying to just expand people's mindsets around living outside of the United States and really just understanding that we have been tricked into thinking that the United States is like the best at everything. And we are really not the best at much. We're the best at gaslighting. We're the best at manufactured consent. But I was just talking to my landscaper yesterday about how, you know, even amusement parks, like, you know, in the US, everyone thinks, oh, Disney and Universal. But when you go to like Mexico, they have like ecological parks that are a whole other experience where you're like in a lazy river, but the river is mud and you're in a cave and it's stalactites. And he was like, what? I'm like, yeah, like it's actually an amusement park for your soul. Like, so I really love being able to just show people how folks like you have expanded your horizons. And do you feel like your moving has impacted the people around you outside of your family? Like, has it inspired any other sisters to say, let me get up and get out?
Yes, I get questions all the time about, Kim, what was your process? Why did you pick this people? How can I do it? And I threatened to start a podcast or something. I'm too lazy. I'm not going to do it. But I say a lot of things. But it would be a good means by which to tell people how to practically move. Because people do have podcasts about being an expat, but they really don't tell you specifically how to do it.
Why do you use the term expat versus immigrant?
It's a great question, my friend. I use it because that's the terminology that's been bandied around. But truth be told, I am an immigrant.
Shout to you. Because, you know, Americans love to be like, we're different. No, you immigrated here. You an immigrant. Well,
and the locals do call us immigrants. Quit playing.
The locals are like, ma'am. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience, sharing Mecca. I'm gonna show y'all a picture again. This is so beautiful. The painting, the vibes, the tile. I need to make my way down to Mecca. And
please do. And that's my face on the wall.
That is
well, back when I had a perm, but yeah. I have like at least 7 different Black female faces throughout. I'm like, if I put all these other bitches on the wall, I might as well put myself up there.
Kim, let me tell you, whenever you're ready to start your stand-up comedy night at Mecca, I will come down because you got the timing, okay? You have got the timing. Now, where can folks learn more about Mecca? What's the site?
Great question. It's MECCACR.
Is it MACCA .com? Okay, got it.
So yeah, MeccaCR.com.
So go to Mecca.
Just straight up Google Maps too. You can call me.
There y'all have it. So if you are ready to go down there and get you some peace and get you some quiet, head on down to Mecca in Costa Rica. Thank you, Kim, for joining us. Don't do nothing for the rest of the day. You know,
I'm about to lay down already. Woo!
I mean, your dogs are already giving you inspiration, so let them show you their culture. Yes. Have a good one, sis. Thank you so much. I enjoyed laughing and learning with you. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And tell your friends. Also, listen to the podcast. It's available everywhere pods are casted. Listen ad-free by subscribing to Patreon Amanda Seals. Come on and join the Seal Squad. Views from AmandaLand. Live 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Wednesday, with content on Thursday and Friday at YouTube Amanda Seals TV.